Malatesta. Coach's Corner. Alex Edwards. Y'all are playing right now out at Fort Bend Christian Academy. Coach, welcome. Season going well. Tell me about what's been kind of different this year than last year. I know we had COVID and everything. You were getting in there, kind of setting the cornerstones of your program. But what's it been about this season so far?
Yeah, I think kind of like you said, last year was the first year, kids getting bought in, that type of stuff. So what's nice is to see the work and the progression from last year building over into this year. And what's nice is that we've picked up where we left off. And so going into this, I put a little bit more challenging of a preseason, and also just honestly having a preseason has led us to this success. So it's been nice to have more of a regular type of season. But with those and with that, it's allowed us to just, like I said, build upon what we left off. And I have great senior leadership, and I got a couple good little freshmen that came in, and everyone's truly bought in, which is really nice.
So then, tell me about, you got Bailey Hanner, superstar. How has she played this season, her senior year? And then give me a couple other names that have really stepped up for you this year.
Yeah, so what's been nice about Bailey Hanner is I think after the COVID year and her junior year, I think she realized hey, look, this is it for me. I want to set a name for myself. I've got my commitment to Texas State, and I want to finish this year with a state championship. And she's been working really hard. She's really been working on just her all-around game, and also just being a leader this year. I think in the past, she's been a little bit more quiet and reserved and just used her skill. And this year she's doing a lot more leading, which has been really nice and actually been a really good mentor for the freshmen. And so what's nice about that transition is that Bailey Hanner has actually been a great role model for the freshmen coming in. And so I have Bailey Minor and I have Lane Bulow. And Lane Bulow is really I think she's always looked up to Bailey Hanner. And what's been nice is that she's taken on the role as the other six rotation outside. And she's doing a great job. She's starting to get comfortable with the level. She played a high level club, but there's just a difference in varsity high school ball. And so what's nice is that she's stepped up, she's doing her job really well, and it's been a nice counterbalance to Bailey Hanner's offense as well. And then Bailey Minor, obviously another really young athlete, and a young athlete into the sport too. She hasn't played very much, hasn't touched the ball a lot, but her athleticism is unmatched. And what's been nice is that she's another opposite to both Bailey and Lane. And Bailey Minor she doesn't even know how good she is. And that's what's exciting too, is that when she starts to truly believe that she can play at this level and play at a really high level, it's going to be nice and fun to watch. So I'm excited to see both freshmen kind of just after this year and build some confidence. Like, I mean, the world's theirs, so they're going to be superstars. Yeah,
Minor is the daughter of Coach Dion Minor, your track coach. She's a super freak on the track as well. So, athleticism out the ears probably. So, talk about your kind of, into the district season. What is the goal right now? TWCA won the district last year. Is it district championship or bust right now?
I think for us, yes. Last year was kind of, it was weird. We went the first round of district play undefeated, beat everybody pretty easily. And then that second round, people made adjustments and we just weren't quite prepared for that. So I think this year we kind of have a little bit more of that. We know we can do well and we know we can win this conference and win this district, but it's going to be up to us. No matter what our opponent on the other side, no matter what they bring at us, we have to step up. And I think that's kind of been our motto this year, is more of, let's not worry about what's on the other side. Let's worry about us on our side and our communication, our chemistry, and that type of kind of mindset in terms of team first. And I think that's starting to show. And, they know they have a target on their back where we tend to be everyone's favorite person to play their best game against, and we get hyped. And when you're doing well, I mean, that comes with it. So I think for them, obviously this first round of district play is really important, but I think the second round of district is more important because we've seen everybody, we faced everybody, and we don't want to have a repeat of last year where we were number 1 and then got bumped down to number 3. And then we had to face the state the state championship match sooner than it should have been, type of thing.
Well, my thing is the importance of a setter on your team is so important. Yes. Who is setting, because they're kind of the quarterback of the offense, maybe. Mm-hmm. Who's been that person for you this year?
Yeah, so luckily, both my setters this year are returners. Reagan Heflin is my senior. She's a transfer. Also plays softball for Fort Bend, and then Shay Stone. And Shay Stone came in as a freshman. It's her junior year now. So what's nice is that both setters are veterans. They've been here, they've done that, and that's been nice too this year. Is I think their offense of mindset has gotten a lot stronger. Their strategy's gotten stronger. Not making the more, I guess, like age-wise type of setting decision or mistakes or doing a little bit too obvious of things. And what's been nice is that we also have such more balanced offense that we have so many more options we can run. I have 4 people who could play middle. I have 3 people who could play outside. I have 4 people who could play right side. So it's nice that we have options, and that allows the setters to have more freedom too. So that's been a really big part of our success as well.
I mean, depth is huge. Chemistry is huge. Just also finally talk about you got to get some breaks. You got to get a little bit lucky to win a state championship. Mm-hmm. What are some things that really have to go your way to actually just win the whole thing?
Yeah, I think obviously the first step is making sure we're just taking care of our district opponents first. So, I've started to see some of the teams now play either person, or luckily, everything's now online and you can stream. So I've watched a lot of film on just every opponent. And I think going into it, I was like, oh, we've got this. But now after watching a little bit of film, people getting in the gym, got some new coaches coming through, it's not going to be as easy as I thought. And I think we've got to first handle those district opponents. So my goal is to finish first. Obviously, it's an easier path in terms of getting to state. But also, too, then you get even the mental break of having that first bye game. That's a Saturday you get off and you get to be a little bit more fresh coming in instead of having to play a match up to it. Even if it's an easy match or a hard match, that's still just reps and it's still just time and it's a long season. So I think with the district play going in, you know, I'm not saying undefeated or anything like that, but we need to make sure we're handling business. We're coming out first so we get that bye right away. And then that way too, it's just a better matchup for us long term. And then that way, like you said, you know, we're hopefully seeing that tougher opponent later down the road to state than maybe the first or second match.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll see y'all down the road. It's going to be a long season, like you said, you know, October, end of October.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed for that.